All right, today we're going to dig into something called the Entrepreneurial Operating System, or EOS for short. It comes from this amazing book, Traction, by Gino Wickman, and it's all about giving your business real focus, serious discipline, and results you can actually see. So, let's jump right in.
So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You're working harder than you ever have before, but you just feel stuck, right? Growth has kind of stalled out. The same darn problems keep popping up, and it feels like your team isn't rowing in the same direction. That feeling, that's what we call hitting the ceiling, and it's exactly the problem EOS was built to smash through. It's really for leaders who just know there has to be a better way, but they just need the playbook to get there. And this quote from Gino Wickman, it just nails it. Vision without traction is just hallucination. I mean, think about that. You can have the most brilliant vision in the world, but if you don't have the discipline to actually make it happen, what he calls traction, it's nothing more than a daydream. EOS is basically the bridge that connects your big, amazing ideas to what you actually do, day in and day out.
Okay, so how do you actually build that bridge? Well, EOS isn't some high-level abstract theory. Nope, it's a super practical operating system with a really simple formula for success that pretty much any business can start using.
And here is that formula. It really just boils down to two things. First, you've got vision. That means getting every single person in your organization 100% on the same page about where you're going and exactly how you plan to get there. And second, you've got traction. This is all about installing the focus, the discipline, and the accountability to make that vision a reality. When you get both of those right, that's when you really start to feel in control of your business.
The entire EOS model is built around making 6 key parts of your business super strong. You can think of these as the engine of your company. And when all 6 of those parts are running smoothly and working together, your business it moves forward with some serious power and purpose. So what are they? Here you go. Vision, people, data, issues, process, and traction. Now we're going to break down what each of these really means, because the magic of EOS is how these super simple ideas all lock together to create this powerful, holistic system. Okay, let's tackle the first 3. The vision component, that solves the problem of everyone being out of sync, and it uses a simple 2-page document called the Vision/Traction Organizer. Easy. Then you have the people component. This gets right at the frustration of having the wrong people in the wrong jobs by using a tool called the People Analyzer. And finally, the data component. This is huge. It helps you stop running your business on feelings and ego, and instead use a simple weekly scorecard.
And now for the other 3. The issues component. This is what stops those same annoying problems from coming back again and again using a simple solving framework. The process component brings some much-needed order to the chaos by just documenting your core way of doing things. And last but not least, the traction component. This is what makes sure your plans actually get done, using these 90-day priorities called rocks and a really disciplined meeting pulse.
All right, so we've seen the big picture. Now let's really make this system feel real. We're going to zoom in and look at a few of its most powerful tools in action. I mean, this is where the theory really turns into tangible results for your business. Now, this is an absolutely crucial distinction that EOS makes. You've got right people and right seats. Right people are the folks who really fit your company's core values, your culture. Right seats, on the other hand, means they're in a role where they can just knock it out of the park. The magic, the real sweet spot is when you have both. Because think about it, a great person who you love, who shares your values, but is stuck in the wrong role, they're going to struggle, and they're ultimately going to be unhappy.
And this is how you figure out if someone's in the right seat. It's this brilliantly simple test called GWC. Does the person truly get the role? Do they genuinely want the responsibilities that come with it? And do they have the God-given talent and the capacity to do it really, really well? If you get a yes to all 3, boom, you've got the right person in the right seat.
You know, getting traction is all about focus. It's so easy to get pulled in 100 different directions. EOS forces you to live in what they call a 90-day world. So every single quarter, the whole company and each leader identifies just 3 to 7 rocks. These are the absolute most important things that have to get done. This creates this incredible clarity and stops the day-to-day fires from completely derailing your most important projects.
This one's a game changer. This is the heart of the data component. So many businesses, maybe even yours, are run on gut feelings, egos, and subjective opinions. EOS says stop that. And it replaces all that guesswork with a simple weekly scorecard of just 5 to 15 key numbers. Now, these aren't your boring financial reports. These are forward-looking numbers that actually predict success and give you a totally objective pulse on the health of your business every single week.
So what happens when your scorecard shows a problem? You don't just talk about it for the 10th time, you actually solve it. And you do that with the Issues Solving Track, or IDS. It stands for Identify, Discuss, and Solve. First, you dig deep and identify the real root cause, not just the symptom. Then you discuss all the possible solutions, get everything out on the table. And finally, you solve it for good with a concrete action item. It's a simple discipline, but it stops you from having the same frustrating conversations over and over again.
And this is where it all comes together. The Level 10 meeting is the weekly 90-minute heartbeat that keeps the whole system running. It has this super strict agenda, and it's designed for maximum impact. You quickly review your scorecard, you check in on your rocks, and then you spend the bulk of the time, a full 60 minutes, using IDS to solve your most critical issues. There's no fluff. It's all about getting results.
So, why go through all this trouble? What's the real payoff? Well, the ultimate goal of EOS goes way beyond just bigger profits and faster growth. It's really about building a better life for you and for your team, what Gino Wickman calls the EOS life. And this is the dream, right? This is the goal. When you're truly running on EOS, you're creating a company where you're doing work you absolutely love, surrounded by people you genuinely enjoy and respect. You're making a huge difference in the world. You're being compensated really well for it. And, this is the big one, you still have the time and freedom for your other passions. It's the ultimate outcome of a really well-run business.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? It's about building a business that serves your life, not the other way around. The entire point of this whole system, of getting traction, of getting control, is to build a business that acts as a vehicle for a better life, not a cage that ends up trapping you. That is a seriously powerful and liberating way to think for any entrepreneur.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a final thought. Just think about those 6 components for a second. Vision, people, data, issues, process, and traction. Which one, if you just strengthen that one area today, which one would have the biggest, most positive impact on your business and on your life? Whatever just popped into your head, well, that's your starting point for getting a real grip.